What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? If you can hear me, if you can see me, if you can feel me, I don't know if it's enough light, if anybody's watching. Hopefully somebody's watching. Are you watching? I don't know, but here I am. Let's have a conversation. You know, sorry for the theatrics, or maybe not so sorry. Here's my timer, and I'll try to respect your time as you try to respect my time. So it'll be somewhere close to 30 minutes. Okay, hi, how you doing, Evelyn? I see you out there. We're gonna have a conversation, you know. Maybe you could text back, talk to me, whatever. And as the title denotes, it's the struggles of work. We're just gonna talk about it. This is something that everybody can relate to, so don't front on me. Don't act like you can't. Chill. Okay, I see you. I see you, Evelyn. I don't know what you're saying, but I see you. Okay, hi. How do you? But let's talk about the struggles of work. Hello, Melanie. I see you too. I see you too out there. Thank you for the 2 people that are in this live stream, the thumbs up. I appreciate that. But down to business, what I was talking about, or about to talk about, the struggles of work. We all go through struggles when it comes to work, when it comes to the 9 to 5. Yeah, I see the eyeballs, Evelyn. I see you. You looking up. You see me. I can see you. We here. Hello, Melanie, again. Back to the struggles of work. For those of us that are not rich, that are not born with a silver spoon in our mouth, well, I got like an ice cream scooper here, but whatever. I don't know why there's Arm & Hammer on my table. Yeah, Arm & Hammer. But anyway, the struggles of work. Just trying to you know, make a living sometimes. Basically, if you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you know, you're not born with a trust fund, you're not a trust fund baby. It is a struggle, man. I was talking to a coworker today, and you know, like, things are expensive, man. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to say how, you know, you go out there, you try to, you know, earn a living, and the cost of living is going up, especially if you live in low-income housing. You know, you can't make too much, because if you make too much, then your rent goes up. And then if your rent goes up, then you got to go out there and get another job to try to afford to be able to live in low-income housing. And then for those people that actually have an apartment, you know, that's not low-income housing, and you know, basically out there trying to do your thing, you don't know when the lease is going to change and your rent is going to go up anyway. And, you know, it may or may not be based upon your income. And I'm just relating to the struggles that people go through, you know. I'm just reflecting these things. And it is a challenge, you know. I just want to say that, you know, like I said, I feel folks' pain out there. You know, when you're struggling to work a, you know, 30, 40, sometimes people 50-hour week, you know, it can be something. It can wear down on your body, you know. It can, you know, basically, you know, take apart your mind as far as, you know, is this what I'm meant to be doing? You know, is this where I want to be with my life and stuff like that? So, you know, some of the struggles of working is just, you know, basically trying to feed a family, if folks are doing that out there, you know, or, you know, just basically just trying to be able to pay your rent, you know, just to be able to enjoy life. And it's a challenge in this society, in today's society, man. You know, it is something where you really, I think, have to be, you know, a creative thinker, somebody that looks outside of the box. Yeah, I see you, Evelyn. You're giving me the clap, you know, because, you know, it's not really getting any easier a lot of times. I would love to get on here and say, you know, everything is getting easier. You know, the economy is so great and all that other stuff. But the reality is it's not. And I say to folks out there, you have to be creative to find your passions. If anything, to overcome the struggles of just working, the struggles of being able to afford food, the struggles of being able to afford to live where you want to live. I said to my coworkers the other day, I said, if you took all of our salaries that worked on the job where I worked, and I work in a rich neighborhood like in Midtown, I said, if you took all of our salaries and combined it together, we still couldn't afford to live in this area in Midtown Manhattan. I said, maybe for a month or two, you know, but we couldn't afford to live here for a year. And that's crazy. You know, the inequality, you know, the income inequality is just ridiculous in this country, in this world. I mean, I think it needs to be more of a different system, of a charitable system of sharing with each other back and forth, actually really giving a darn about what people go through. I mean, people struggle, man. I mean, and I'm not complaining about my situation so much, but people struggle. I mean, one minute you could be up, the next minute you could be down. Then there's the social aspect of it. People want to go to the movies, people want to go to the bar, the club, or their favorite social functions. Then you talk about vacationing and stuff like that. And oh God, don't get sick. Somebody gets sick. Oh my God, you just what? Woo! How dare you get sick? What? Oh my God. Some jobs, on my job, I got 5 sick days, so I better not get I better not get sick within those 5 sick days and have a problem. Then you got to go out on FMLA or something like that. I mean, it's a challenge. It's a struggle. I mean, some of you folks out there, tell me some of your struggles. I mean, that you may be going through at work. What are some of the struggles that you face out there? I would like to know about that. And the reason this came up is because I was on a live stream with Free Music 2 mornings ago or something like that. And Pixie's channel was talking about the struggles of work. And Evelyn says, life. Yeah, life can be something, when it comes to work. I mean, because, a lot of times when you're working on the job, they're not taking account for what you may go through, be it, situations with your family, babysitting issues, health issues, just emotional, situations. Sometimes you just may need time to take a day off. I know my mother, a couple of times, she was saying how one of her bosses told her he needed to take a mental health day, whatever that means. But and I know Melanie, she talked about mental health and the importance of mental health. See, I be paying attention, I'll be watching, I'll be paying attention, and it's just so much, man. The grind, man. It takes people through a lot, man. I mean, yo, what up, Yas Poet? We can't depend on this wicked government. We have to depend on God and one another. Word. True. Hey, Victory Lisa has hi, Mel. Yeah, nah. Definitely, especially if you're religious, I say depend on God, trust in God. Hey, the Peak and Egg. Hey, everyone. At Mel, how are you? Melanie and NYC Jobs don't care about you as a person. Everyone is replaceable. Personal problems sometimes get in the way. Don't get sick. Yeah. True. I mean, it's just so funny. It's like it's almost a lack of empathy out there. Like I said, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be made to work or you shouldn't earn your check and stuff like that. But it's like sometimes when you go out there and you earn your check and you do everything that you can do, it still seems sometimes like it's not enough, man. Like it's always something missing. Like you're always falling short. Like it's something that's just not fulfilling about what it is that you're doing. And I think sometimes Melanie says, yes, a lack of empathy. We are all robots. Yeah, sometimes you get treated like robots. And if anybody from my job is watching, I'm not trying to take a shot at anybody, but I'm just trying to talk real. Sometimes when you work it, man, it's just, it's hard because I can do everything, you can do everything, and you still have to try to figure out how you're going to get ahead. Pekin says it's very true. There's always someone who'll do the same job for less money. Oh, man, let's not even talk about that, man. That's when we start getting into another conversation. And I say to folks out there, don't be discriminatory towards anybody, even from an immigration standpoint, if there is somebody out there willing to work for less money. Melanie says, where do you work? What do you do? Huh. Yeah, this is get to the interesting part of what I do. I actually work at the Cathedral of St. Patrick's in New York, and I am an usher there. For anybody that may stop by and see me now, the bosses may come and get me now. They be like, oh, how dare you say that? But I'm not on here trashing anybody. I'm just relating and speaking as I speak. If anybody's watching, yeah, you can come through and see me. Yeah, I'm there. Just don't try to do nothing crazy. But I'm not saying you will. Anyway, for the most part, work can be challenging and stressful, because you could do everything that you need to do. Usher in NY, did I hear that right? Sorry, I was getting a drink. Yeah, I am. I do that. Usher / security, stuff like that. And I'm just relating to all struggles that people go through with work, be it, being sick, be it just trying to find food to eat, to put on the plate, being able to pay the rent, you know, just the struggles of trying to get along with coworkers and stuff like that. You know, I'm not trying to make this controversial. Anybody, you know, anybody that's my coworker that's watching, you know, I don't hate you or nothing like that. I'm not talking crazy about nobody. Yeah, I just got a text message. I didn't, yeah. Oh, word. I can't say what that text message was, but we're gonna leave that alone. Yeah, NY, I think, would be probably one of the most stressful places to work, and I'm in Northern Virginia. It's getting way there too. Okay, yeah. Well, working in NY is not so much stressful. It's the grind of really trying to get to work. Victory Leo says, I wish I could go to NY. I couldn't afford it. I would like to visit Japan at least once in my lifetime. Me too. I am going to get to Japan once in my lifetime. But to go back to the thing about working in NY in of itself is not stressful. Sometimes it's just the grind of really just trying to get to work. That's the hardest thing. You know, going through the transit system. I mean, yeah, Melanie says, I used to live in Northern Virginia, Fairfax. Yeah, Fairfax is very popular. You know, I've been through Northern Virginia a couple of times. I actually been through Fairfax once, but just passing by. Both are hard. Yeah, Evelyn says both are hard. Working anywhere can be a challenge, but it's to me, it's just the grind of trying to live. The People Egg says, that's what I mean, driving too well and paying for everything about 3 hours to round of your day. It's awful. I think the hardest thing is not so much working itself, but it's just getting to work. It's all the other stuff surrounding work, just trying to survive, just trying to live. People Egg says, I'm about 20 minutes from Fairfax and Melanie, small world. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, it's all the things that surround work. It's like the life stuff, you know. Because I named this the struggles of work. Evelyn says the cathedral is draining. We're gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that comment right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. You know, I like the people that I work with, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I say working is its own challenge, because regardless of where you work, you know, whether it's a world famous situation, or, you know, just a local mom and pop spot, or, you know, BJ's or Costco's or wherever you at, you know, working is a challenge just because of all the things that you have to deal with, you know, on the job. Because if I talk about the struggles of working on the job, sometimes it's a challenge just trying to get along with coworkers. Melanie says, any crazy stories you can share? Any people who ever tried to do anything crazy? Yeah, there are crazy stories that I can share, and I'm trying to think of any stories that I could tell without actually getting myself in trouble. That's what I'm saying. Great question, Melody. I was wondering the same thing. Yas Poet says, I have to keep my view short, but I stay up, bro. Be encouraged. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you only knew. If you only knew. Wow. If you only knew. I mean, of course, we had issues with different people, you know, at work. But like I said, I don't know of anything right now that I could say that's probably PG-13. Some things I have to probably leave for another time. But there are crazy things, you know, as far as dealing with people who may be homeless, or, you know, folks who are rich and famous and stuff like that. I've had my fair share of experiences working where I work, you know. So you meet some people all the way up from, you know, seeing the Pope to, you know, seeing you know, poor man on the street. So there's pretty much a whole gamut of things that we go through, you know, working with that. Like I said, right now I can't think of anything that's PG-13, but I'll definitely get to that another time. I was caught off guard with that, but that was a great question. And I'm still trying to think. But if I have anything before this live stream is over, then I'll get into that. But still, I wanted to get back into the struggles of just working. You know, some of the struggles of working is just basically, you know, just trying to get along with coworkers, trying to make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do within the policies and procedures. Yeah. Yeah, I keep getting messages actually while I'm on the live stream. I'm not gonna read those messages, but I'm gonna get back to you after I get off that live stream about that. Yeah, but like I said, there's a lot of crazy stuff that's happened over the time, and like I said, I don't want to get too graphic on the live stream about some of the things that have happened, and also too, I don't want to get myself in trouble. Melanie says, on the street of Fifth Avenue, I saw the Pope come through, and it was the city on the way to St. Patrick. Had tears in my eyes. Yeah, nah, it's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a definitely an experience. I was there for Pope Benedict XVI. That was interesting. I was like about 5 feet behind him when he came through. It was definitely a lot of security. Definitely an intense situation. You know, something, you know, very interesting and whatnot. You know, because it's kind of interesting working at a Catholic cathedral. Not being Catholic myself, but you do get to learn a lot about the Catholic community and stuff like that. You know, great people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of interesting things going on. I didn't live in NY during that time. Victory Leo says, just like my dad working with the horses, got to meet dad on a little horse and shoulder Perry. Whatever, I gotta go back to that comment. That went fast. Peking Egg says, yeah, if I could only read the other messages that I'm getting. I says, Peking Egg says, I remember a trip to NYC well when I tried to go to a bar. The cheers say, sorry, these comments keep disappearing real quick. Peeping Egg says, I remember my trip to NY very well. I walked into a bar being my cheery self and said, hey, how are you? I was greeted with an annoyed look, and you must not be from around here. It depends. I mean, not all New Yorkers are cheery. You know what I'm saying? Not all New Yorkers are you know, rude. You know, I mean, I'm from Brooklyn. I mean, we spread love the Brooklyn way. You know, and Melanie says, hi, I got a lot when I first moved here. Not everyone enjoys talking to random people. True. Not everybody enjoys talking to random people, but I tell anybody, when you're in New York, you have to remember about something about us. Evelyn says most of us are not. You have to remember something about us. It's just that we go through a lot, you know, here in New York. We've seen a lot of things. Sometimes you can get jaded by some of the everyday struggles that you go through. You know, everybody's experience in New York isn't the same. You know, some of us live in poorer neighborhoods, some of us live in richer neighborhoods, some of us live in, you know, middle class, if that still exists nowadays. And we all see things different ways. We all see through different prisms. You know, somebody may have, you know, be in a high crime area, and you're going to speak to this person who's in a high crime area, or they're dealing with a situation with drug abuse or domestic violence, and you're walking up to them trying to talk to them as a random person, and they're looking at you like, who are you? What do you want? You know, or, you know, somebody who's just been arrested, or somebody might have some drugs on them, and you walking up to that person with drugs on them like, hey, buddy, you know, what's going on? How's New York? And all this other stuff. And you could be in a fancy neighborhood. You could walk up to somebody in a 3-piece business suit, and this person just doing a line of cocaine, and you expect this person to be cheery and joyful or whatever the case. And you know, it may not happen. Melanie just subbed, will you check out the videos with the morning coffee? Okay, Peeping Egg said that, Melanie, so you got somebody to sub to your channel. Excellent point, Mel, Peeping Egg says. Well, I'm not trying to get too graphic, but there are New Yorkers who are cheery. There are New Yorkers who are, you know, talkative and whatnot. You know, not to stereotype, but you have, you know, a lot of older folks who are willing to talk. You know, maybe it's a generational thing. Melanie says, awesome. I'll subscribe to you too. The Peeping Egg. Okay. Yo, what's up? What's up, Buck? I'm just talking about the struggles of work, man. I'm just talking about the things that people go through, just trying to earn a dollar, you know, just trying to survive in this world, man. You know, it's a challenge, it's a struggle. Be it you come from New York, be it you come from Virginia, you know, be it you come from, you know, San Francisco, London, you know, France, you know, India, wherever you come from. People have struggles just, you know, earning a dollar from day to day. And that's just what I was talking about. You know, just the struggles of trying to maintain a household, just trying to maintain your sanity, just trying to live up to the expectations of your bosses and whatnot. It is a struggle, you know, and to sit here and act like it's not is a disservice to people, you know, regardless if you have money, regardless if you don't have money. And I think that's just something, you know, that's worth talking about. So that's really what this live stream is about. So if there's anybody out there that has any struggles with working and things that they go through, hey, you know, speak up, you know, say your piece. You know, I got you. You know, we can get through that. You know, because for me personally, I've been working for wow, I've been working since I was 15. I'm 36 now, so I've been working for a little while. And I know one thing, sometimes you want to make sure that you're actually doing something that's worthwhile. And I say to the youngins out there, sometimes it takes time to find yourself, man. Don't be down on yourself if you're doing something that you're really not, you know, into, that you're really not interested with. You know, just keep plugging away. Just keep searching for your passions. Keep trying to find yourself. One of my famous examples I use is Colonel Sanders. You know, at 65, he became an international superstar, and KFC became this big deal. He was still collecting Social Security. You know, you can Google that. You don't even have to take my word for it. But for the most part, I say to anybody, man, you know, I relate to your struggles. I mean, whatever it is, be it you run a Fortune 500 company, or you work for one, or you work for, you know, the mom and pop spot somewhere, or you work for, you know, a BJ's or something like that, you know, or Walmart or wherever you at. You know, I know the struggles. You know, it's just car insurance, rent, you know, light, gas, utility. Victory Leo says, yeah, it's a struggle living on a fixed income. And that's a great point too. You know, living on a fixed income, be it, you know, because of disability, or because you retired, or just because, maybe it's something you inherited. Who knows? It's a struggle because, you know what, we all go through things, and sometimes we forget that, you know, people go through stuff, you know, as bosses, as supervisors, as workers, you know, dealing with each other. I mean, you never know what a person is struggling with. I think it was it Plato or Aristotle said, be kind, because you never know what a person is actually struggling with. And I'm paraphrasing that whole thing. But the thing is, you know, you never know what a person is going through. So I try not to judge anybody that's going through something and struggling with whatever they're doing, especially from a work standpoint, because you never know. Oh, Black Death. Oh, hey, Mel. That's what she says. Evelyn says you never do. Yeah, what's going on, Black Death? Good to see you here in the live stream. That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Melanie says, yes, I love that quote. Be kind, because everyone you meet, it may be doing a battle that you don't know about. Yep. Maybe fighting a battle you don't know about. That's true, Melanie. You never know what a person is going through, especially, you know, when you go up to somebody at a counter somewhere, or you see them at their job or their place of business, and they may have an attitude. Sometimes we see that person with that attitude and we look at them, well, why don't they fix their face? And why don't they speak to me properly, or whatever the case may be? Good thing potatoes are cheap. Yeah, it is a good thing. That's a random thing, but I haven't had potatoes, and I'm lying. I did have potatoes. You know, make me want to go out there and get potatoes. But yeah, you never know what a person is going through or facing when they're, you know, going through their work struggles, or just financially in any way. And it is a struggle to work. It is a struggle to be on a fixed income. It is a struggle just to try to survive. Black Death says, that's why I try to end all my videos with don't judge a book by its cover and always be kind. Yeah, listen, don't always judge a book by its cover, be kind. You could see somebody with a smile on their face and they could be struggling with something. True. Evelyn says, big struggle. I can't tell you how many people I've met in work or life, just in other, you know, areas of life, who are always smiling and always seem like they're kind, but they're struggling. You know, behind that smile is a lot of pain. You know, there's a lot of things going on with them, you know, and you know, they're just struggling to get by day to day, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a grind out there, man. Sometimes it's like Melanie was saying earlier, you know, like folks is looking at us like we're robots and stuff like that. And then also too, those people that are above us that do run these companies or things like that go through things too. So you never know. I think it's best to just try to understand people's struggle from all different sides and situations and stuff like that, or from all financial scales and stuff like that. You know, because I think so many times we're in a work setting, we're just looking at folks, you know, as, okay, that's my coworker, I like them, or don't like them, or get along with them, or I got to listen to them because they're my boss. But I think we need to make more of an effort to humanize each other, to understand each other. We don't have to be best friends. I don't have to go to work and be best friends and lovey-dovey and share hands and hug and kiss up on everybody. yeah, that's sexual harassment. I'm not saying nothing to that. But you don't have to be best friends with folks. Black Death says, I struggle every day. I can't work from my back problems. I know about struggle. My boyfriend is the only source of income. Yeah, I mean, it happens, Black Death. I mean, listen, you know, it's definitely a relatable situation, man. You know, everybody doesn't have the ability to go out there and work like they would. And then, you know, it's grateful that you have a boyfriend that's there for you and looking out for you. But also, too, I know you probably go through struggles because it's probably more you want to do. It's probably more you want to contribute to the situation, you know, but you can't because of whatever issues that you're going through. And I think, you know, folks need to be, you know, really cognizant of that. You know, I mean, you never know. Black Death says, when I was working in retail and retail workers get treated like the lowest form of scum in my area right now. Evelyn says, a good man makes a big difference. Yeah. Me being a good man myself, a great man, you know, but we're not going to get into all that. We're not going to get into all that. Great comment, you know, I mean, you know, there was a play on the Beacon Theater years ago. I don't know if anybody's seen it. They said a good man is hard to find. PBNX says you are. Yes, you are. I try. Let me stop. I'm okay. I'm not as good as I would like to be. But, yeah, a good man is hard to find, you know what I'm saying? A good woman, too, you know what I'm saying? We're going to leave it at that. A good woman is hard to find, too. But Melanie says, oh, yes, I worked in retail restaurants for 10 years. Teaches a lot about the unfortunate show, the ugly side of humanity. Victory Leah says, true. Yeah. Humanity can be ugly at times. You know, we can really get at each other in vicious ways. We can say and do things to each other that make us feel inhuman and whatnot, especially, you know, when folks come from other countries or folks are going through disabilities or they're different racial backgrounds or different religious or sexual orientations. You know, folks can be very negative, very insensitive, very, you know, unempathetic, you know, a lack of understanding. And that's when we fall and fail as humanity, I think. I mean, just because you're different from me, just because you have maybe a different religious belief or different sexual orientation or different lifestyle or how you live doesn't mean you shouldn't be treated a certain way. And even in work, that happens. Black Death says, I'm a gothic and I get singled out every time because of how I look. And that's not right, Black Death. You know, you shouldn't be singled out just because you choose to be goth. You know, I like goth, you know. I mean, I'm not goth myself, but, you know, some people say, you know, I'm a scary dude. The Peeping Egg says, at Black Death, I think many who become successful forget that without people to work hard in retail or gas stations, without them, they would be screwed. Black Death says, but I'm not going to change myself to please other people. True. You shouldn't change yourself just to please other people because, you know, at the end of the day, you're not yourself anymore. Now you're what other people say you should be. I say to anybody, you know, whoever you are. You know, my thing is that with who you are, as long as you're not out there trying to hurt or, you know, defraud or destroy other people, you're good. You're good. I mean, you know, who you are, you know, you should be comfortable in your own skin. You should be, you know, you should be you. You should be you. Just as long as you ain't hurting or killing nobody out there, you know. But yeah, don't try to, you know, like conform to what other people think about you or you should be in any particular situation. You know, be who you are. Be who you are. As long as you ain't out there destroying nobody. But yeah, man, yeah. You know, humanity has this ugly side to it, you know, with judgment, with, you know, insensitivity. Black Death says, exactly, I'm 100% myself and I'm not hurting anyone with my tattoos. Yeah, nah, definitely. You know, going through all the comments. Hurting anyone with my tattoos, black clothes, and music or makeup style. Yep. The Peeping Edge says, if people can't look at past our appearance and judge us only by looking at us, those people are not people I care for anyways. Victory Leah says, I had a female friend in school that was picked on and I stood by her side but didn't bother me because of how she dressed. And I am getting to the end of this live stream. It has been a half an hour. This has been a very interesting discussion. It went in places I did not expect it to go. And I appreciate all of you for being on the live stream, but I try to time myself to respect my time and to respect your time. Yes, this was Peeping Egg. You liked it a lot. But if you like this live stream, share this live stream. I implore you. And rewatch this live stream so you can go through it and get some things. If anybody has any ideas that they want me to talk about, something they want me to talk about, you know, next time, just let me know. And the people that, yes, this was an interesting topic. If you would like to hear more of Mel and more interesting topics, let me know. Say anything in the comments now, or you can hit me up in the rebroadcast of this. I appreciate the folks that have taken the time to watch, you know, that have commented, that have liked, that have subscribed. My live stream went for 3.5 hours. Wow, you went for 3.5 hours. You a soldier. I don't even know if I could talk that long, but I respect that though. Live streaming is a blessing. I keep missing yours just now. I keep catching up with things. If us girls can. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But if there's anything that anybody would like me to talk about, please let me know before I leave off here, because I'm about to leave in a few minutes or a few seconds or whatever the case may be. Is there anything that anybody would like me to bring up in the next live stream? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Well, if there's nothing that nobody has and all hearts and minds are clear and secure, I say thank you for those that have watched. Relationships. Evelyn says relationships. So guess what? I'll do that. We'll talk about relationships in my next live stream. I will do that. If all hearts Melanie says I want to hear more work stories, but I guess that might be too inappropriate. No, I'll think of some work stories. I'll do that too. People that says I have a great night, Mel. I look forward to catching you next time. Nice meeting you all. Okay, and thank you everybody for coming into the live stream and rocking with me. Thank you to those folks that are watching later on in the rebroadcast. Do it 18 plus. What is that? What is do it 18 plus? What? I don't get that. Jeez. Victory Leo says. All right, let me get up out of here. You said PG. You said PG. Okay, 18 plus. Oh, I don't do it 18 plus. 18 plus audience is older. Yeah. My mom's be watching these live streams. I don't want to. And I got nieces and nephews that watch too. But yeah. It's all good. I'm gonna definitely talk to you. Let me get up out of here because somebody else just came in too. Thank you for that 6th person that came through. We'll work it out. Next time, relationships. That's what we'll get into. Relationships, work stories. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rewatch. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to like it, unlike it, comment, subscribe, uncomment, whatever you want to do. Just be true. All right. Talk to you later.